Next year? Okay. All right. So I'm going to start the live stream and start the record. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone to all right. Okay. So I'm going to start the live. Welcome everyone to Ukulele Instructors International. This is the name of our private Facebook page, Facebook group. It used to be public, and now it's private. So anyone is welcome to join our Facebook group. But we first started a meeting, gosh, 2000, was it 2020? I can't remember how long it's been, but we met every month, mostly for about 3 years, basically for anybody who's interested in learning and teaching about teaching the ukulele or using the ukulele to teach music performance, singing, or anything else. And this is a way to transfer knowledge from those that are experienced and know about something to those that have questions and want to learn. And also a nice, friendly place to discuss issues that concern us. And so we haven't met since, last month we restarted, but we took a long hiatus. The last one, regular one was May. Was it May or April last year? So so this is a small group today, and I want to just introduce myself basically, and then I want to pass on to, let's see, ISO, we'll go to Germany, and then we'll go to Malaysia. So I'm Ann Koo, and I teach in Boston. I was teaching in person actively only until the pandemic hit, and then I went into Zoom. So now I teach mainly in Zoom, and my students are mainly my age and older, even though I did start initially in 2018 with teenagers, yeah, for 10 weeks, and then young kids up to the age of, I think, 12, and then online also for kids. So my interest right now is mainly teaching groups, adults. And today I want to talk about how do you break down a piece to simplify it, to make it easy for beginners. And the other thing is I teach multi-levels in one class, in one group, because I do this at festivals. I give workshops. All right. So that's me. And I'm going to the third International Ukulele Conference in Alessandria, Italy, October 24th, 25th, and 26th. All right. So over to Germany. Is it?
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Iso Herquist. Iso, it's not ISO, Iso. But the full name is Ingmar Sunfried Otto. No problem. I've been teaching for the ukulele for more than 15 years now here in Frankfurt, and I've done nearly anything you could do. I've 2 days of students each week, which is they are between 6 and 26 years. I have two ensembles with each 10 players, students, however you want to call them. One is a pop and rock ensemble. The other is a jazz swing ensemble. I'm doing weekly the ukulele workouts which is a kind of ukulele gym. It's online. It's 45 minutes of practicing on techniques for the left and the right hand. While Corona, I've been doing quite a lot online workshops to many different things like mostly blues, swing or rock. I've been a professional singer and ukulele player for about 20 years now. Ask me whatever you want.
That's amazing. I'm so glad to meet you, and I'm so glad you joined us. It's always wonderful to meet a fellow instructor and musician. So Iso, I'm very sorry I mispronounced.
No problems. Everything fine.
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch,
Great.
aber Nederlands mainly nowadays. So,
English is totally fine for me.
okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to cross Europe and Asia and go to Malaysia. Kelly.
Hello, aloha from Malaysia. Now Malaysia is 10 o'clock in the night, so we say selamat malam. Selamat malam means like this is a night, good night. So my name is Kelly. My surname is Tay, as you can see. I have been teaching ukulele since 2012. Actually, I didn't teach. I started teaching in 2013, but I started to know about ukulele.
I remember. This is from you, isn't it?
Yes, I saw you then.
Yeah, that was in Bad Hindelang, not Munich. 2 years ago. You're completely right. Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's a Prince Leopold, right? The hotel.
Yes, Prince Leopold. Yeah.
So you are the one. I can remember you because you are very special.
Of course, I can remember you.
Yeah,
Sorry?
the button badge is so precious.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember me.
Of course I do.
I'm so happy. Look at Ed. I'm so happy he remembered me now. The place is called Bad Hindelang, I think. Bad Hindelang. I don't know how to pronounce, the German language.
Bad Hindelang.
Yeah, Bad Hindelang. Yeah. You're so skillful when you play, So I guess I can recognize you definitely. I saw. Okay, so you know me. I don't need to introduce a lot. I'm going to organize my 8th ukulele festival in Malacca. It's a historical town next week, Saturday. So I have 605 participants from the school all over Malaysia. So this year we have people travel as far as from Taiwan and Singapore to come and join the festival. So please follow me in the Facebook. You can see a lot of beautiful photographs, okay? And I started teaching ukulele in full swing actually only in 2015. So 2013 I was rather new and still 4 basic chords only. Even up to now, you ask me, I will say that I'm still a very basics ukulele teacher because my background is I play piano. So ukulele for me is more hobby than a teacher itself. So every time when I attend workshop, I attend festival in Holland or in Thailand, in Japan, I'm the one that always become the audience. Even I sign up for the workshop, I just can't follow and I cannot follow because the way they play, the harmony and the harmonize and the transition of chord, I totally blank. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just enjoy myself, immersed with all these skillful musicians. Okay, over to you, Anne.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Gosh, wonderful that you met first and now you're getting to know each other in Zoom. As for me, I'm looking forward to meeting Kelly in person in Italy. We haven't met in person yet, even though we've been coming to these meetings. And Iso, maybe we'll have lunch in Frankfurt because we're going to the Black Forest and then going to the Netherlands.
You're welcome anytime. Just you got my email. Just give me it.
Okay, I'll email you. Welcome. Wonderful. Yeah. So I think part of being a teacher is also finding resources to help us with our teaching. For example, I can't teach a class on blues other than 12-bar blues. If there's anything more advanced, it's like, oh, now that I know Iso, I could invite him into my Zoom session as a guest speaker. Yeah. And then I've done that a month ago with Andrea Gaudet, who's published many books on ukulele, especially classical. And by introducing her in, people get to know who, put a face to the author's name and then check out her website and get her books. And that's another topic I want to talk about, which is personally, I don't think it's enough just to put your work out there and just expect people to say, oh, let me buy it and let me use it. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel there's so much more required to kind of break down a piece. I mean, we could probably do it ourselves because we're used to learning, studying by ourselves. But for somebody who's studying and learning an instrument, they need some guidance. You know, what do you want me to look at? I mean, maybe we could discuss this for a moment. Have you published anything, Eso? I know, Kelly, you are like the major collector of books on ukulele, right? I mean, am I right to say that there's a lot more to just putting a piece of work out there and say, all right, hopefully it sells, you know, because for me, I want feedback. Is my font size big enough? You know, did I explain enough? Right? What do you think?
I released 2015 two methods for young students, which is based upon easy strumming chords and easy songs to learn. It's just about basic making music with the ukulele. And I released 2019, I think, a book in German, which is the Ukulele Fitness. It sold quite well, 3,000, I think. But they locked down the whole shop. You don't get them anymore. Since 2 years or 3 years, I'm having my own publishing platform, and I released a method for playing melody and learning to read sheet music for young students. It's going quite well, but it's all in German. I didn't have the time to translate it to English by now, and well, I don't have the ways to sell it online at the moment. So maybe if someone has an idea, I can send you a copy to look at it. And at the moment, I'm writing 2 more books, which are called workbenches. The one is for young students, and it's a collection of exercises you can include into your lessons. So if you play something with some chords, any song, and you need some exercises for changing chords, well, you find it there. Or if you want to play any melody and you want some exercises for practicing scales or something, you'll find it there. And it's that's basic for young students. And I have another one which is called just practicing scales, and it's for adult students which want to train their fingering hand to play scales. It's not so much on sheet music. It's more for the technique, and it's for playing maybe jazz or improvisation. But it's really basic scale playing with no with no style, which it focuses on.
Oh my gosh. You are a published author.
Yes.
And composer. Are those your originally pieces, or are they mainly arrangements?
Both.
Both. Right. Am I right that there's 2 kinds of ukulele books? One is how to play the ukulele. This is how you hold it. These are the different techniques. The other one is like repertoire book. Like,
yes.
Right. Sometimes
mine are none of it. Not really. It's not most methods I know are very, very, very basic, and they miss out many things in music context, which I have to write them myself because they're not there.
Actually, that is a good question. You know, like there's so many books out there. For me, I develop my own curriculum. I write everything for my students because I'm not happy with everything that's out there. Is that why you write your?
Yes, of course. Most things are too basic, and it's too narrow. Most students that come to me, they come to me not because they want to have a method that I go through with them, because they come to me to learn making music, to express their own ideas of making music, and it's my job to find their way with them together, and it's not within a method in 100% of any case. It's always that I pick something from there, or if I don't find something matching that I have to do it myself.
Exactly. I think initially when I started teaching, I was just copy pasting from different places, putting it together, whatever's useful. Like here's a chord chart table, right? Here's a circle of fifths I'll borrow from this page. Here's a diagram of a ukulele that with the fretboard that looks good. But eventually it comes to, more detailed stuff that you have to create yourself. So, wow, your own method. I'm really curious. I would love to see that because I have reviewed a lot of books. Yeah, Colin Tribe, Paul Mansell, Daniel Ward. Yeah, that helps me to see what's out there as well.
I'll send you something. It's no problem.
Yeah. Well, actually, we have to meet. We'll just meet. We'll put that as part of your rail.
Maybe that's much better. Yes, of course.
That's easier. No, everybody's busy. All right. So, what I'd like to do, let's see. I was expecting 2 more people to come in. I might have to kind of remind them that this is happening. Kelly, do you want to say something about, since you've been collecting so many books, this that Iso talked about, your method book, that is a really special case of a kind of book. It's really like here, a method book, you start with nothing, right? And then it's like a program, kind of like James Hill's program, start at the very beginning and you move up, or, and then you say, okay, this is what we're going to do, that you just follow through. So Kelly, have you been looking at method books? Basically a curriculum for ukulele. That's
When
what
I
I call
was in Hinterland, actually, there are many books on sale, So like Elizabeth, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Cipher. I think she also sell her children book. And then I saw also other ukulele master from Italy. What's his name? How can I forget him? The big handsome guy. I saw. Do you remember him? From Italy.
You mean Giovanni? I don't know.
Not
Anybody else
You
in
mean
Italy?
Not
Juan?
Giovanni. The other
You mean
guy.
Juan?
How can I forget him? We will together go to the waterfall. He wrote many books as well. Okay.
Oh, you from Spain, you mean? Like Chon?
Juan, yes.
Yes.
I guess
yes.
she means him.
Juan.
Yeah. He's been there 2 years ago
I
at
think he lives in Italy.
Bratislava.
Yeah, Juan. The big handsome guy, Yeah, Juan. I bought many of his book, So I bought many books, but I didn't see I saw your book. Did you sell your book there?
I didn't know.
No. So right.
No.
So I bought whose book? I also bought how can I forget the name? See, look at me. The organizer, I bought his book.
Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy. I bought Hardy's book, and I think quite like Hardy's book, and I couldn't pay Hardy's book because too difficult for me. Very complicated. And I'm looking for actually so-called pedagogy book or method book, in the sense that if I have students come to me as well as a paper, so how can I start teaching? Do I start teaching them on strumming first, or should I teach them single note plucking? This is the question that I always ask. When I say young student, means they come to me like 6 years old, 7 years old, when the finger is quite ready, So usually my method, I will do strumming. Strum, when they're so used to the down, up, then only the single note coming. Because I think strumming is easier for the single note plucking. So I'm looking for this kind of book. And then after that, we layering them with the simple C, A minor, F, G7. Then only we move on to rhythm pattern. I think this is very challenging. Rhythm pattern, actually the rhythm accuracy. I'm now doing a PhD study at Malaysia University. I just completed my master. When I met you, I just finished my master. So this year I started my PhD. So I'm researching on the rhythm accuracy. So I was wondering, there's so many books in the market, but I cannot find any books specifically on rhythm accuracy. Down, 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 and then followed by down, up, maybe at the 80 words per minute, the speed, then you fast, and the shuffle drum, and calypso, things like that. Then how do they learn syncopated rhythm? Rhythm learning. How do you introduce syncopated rhythm? This sort of method book, I think no one is writing yet.
Well, Kelly, I was just going to say,
Ralph Shaw has a book like this. Ralph Shaw has a book like this.
Who is
can you type in the chat, Iso, how do you spell that?
Yeah.
So it's easier for it to search for it.
You search for the book.
I was just going to say, Kelly, as a pianist, you were probably used to Czerny, Hanong, Bayer. There are so many, Pishna, right? Exercise books and
1,000
method
a day,
books.
1,000 a day, that the blue color book.
So many. Yeah. And then I think guitar also has a lot. Actually, Isa, I was going to ask you, are you first a guitarist before ukulele player? No. Or you vocalist first? I'm just curious because it does affect the way you see the world as a
I'm a
ukulele.
bassist. I'm a bass player.
Oh, you're a bass player. Okay. All right. That's very different.
Vocalist, bass player, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm looking at the ukulele repertoire thinking, gosh, there's so much potential. There's so much room to grow. I mean, the boom in the ukulele players, right? If they want to do what Kelly want them to learn, right? There should be like your fitness book. So your ukulele fitness book, is that full of exercises that they could practice for every day for a week and then go to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, in that case,
wasn't just how he mentioned.
The book is split in 5 blocks, which is rhythm, chord, melody, finger picking, and something I forgot the last name. Finger praxis, something like that. And you can combine from different blocks to have exercise.
This also made me realize that I've only been looking in the English language market, whatever is on Amazon, whatever I could Google, right? But that doesn't mean that the best has been found, right? Or whatever I need is in, because I know Elizabeth Pfeiffer has written some books and they're in English and German. And I found it on Amazon, right? And so Kelly,
I find these are methods with some exercises.
Right,
it's
right.
not exercises books like
not exercise.
Right. There's another book. It's called Ukulele Aerobics, which has exercises.
I've seen that.
I got that book. Yeah.
It has lots of exercises, single exercises. Yes.
I looked at that and I just thought, gosh, that's really hard.
It's
pedagogy kind of book.
It's not basic.
It's not. What is the pedagogy? When I talk about pedagogy, means it's really that you're layering for the children to learn from the basic rhythm up to the syncopated rhythm, up to it's just like the piano book. I think I know what I'm talking about, right? The piano book. You from the quartet to the quaver, to the semi-quaver, and to the doctored rhythm. I can't find any author to write such a book. Because the author, they just write like the aerobic. It's so difficult.
Yeah, this is all about grading levels as well. I know Lindsay Higgs in the UK, he's written a whole entire, grade 1 all the way to grade 8, different ones for examination. You have to go through these pieces for examination. But I don't know whether each piece they teach you to say this is how you do it. Or is it just, here's the piece? You got to be able to do it if you're going to pass grade 1. That's a question I want to ask. But I remember growing up in Okinawa, Japan, when I was taking piano lessons, the back of every Zen-On edition, they have different levels, level one, I can't remember what level it was to pass for Elise. And I remember it was this feeling of, oh my gosh, expectation. I want to be able to play for Elise, but I have to learn all these other pieces before I could get there. And I don't think we have something like that for ukulele to say, this is level, like you could just say, oh, that's a beginner. Yeah, but what beginner? Absolute beginner, intermediate beginner.
That's a question to Kelly. Which age are you talking about of students?
Yeah,
That's quite important. If you begin with a 6-year-old girl,
7 or even
or maybe a 12-year-old girl which is already able to sing melodies, it makes a great difference. If it's 6 years and can't really find notes or sing really a melody, then you should absolutely start playing melody. But if she's 12 and wants to sing tunes, then you absolutely should start playing chords to support their voice.
Yeah, but when they are so new to the ukulele, they don't know it's C chord, A minor chord. So I think the basic book, they can learn that book and then they can skip through very fast. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm specialized in Music Garden program. Music Garden is early childhood program, founded by Dr. Nola Heiger, a German lady. Now she's, I think, almost 90 years old. She's still teaching. So I see her book is very good from, the very basic to the keyboard book level. So the children have to go through certain levels. Sometimes when the children come to me already 8, 6 years old, I still use back the book one, but they can, instead of 6 months, they use 3 months to finish, things like that. I know what you mean, with the 12 years old, but then I'm talking about this pedagogy book would be very useful. I notice a lot of ukulele authors, they write their own syllabus because they learn the song themselves. Even in Malaysia itself, I'm talking about Malaysia itself, there are so many ukulele authors. When I look at the book, all the songs they know better than, others people, because that's their teaching material. They wrote the song and then they market it, they sell it, in Malaysia. So that's why, but I can't find any book is really that being researched or being, this is a academic, that proven that is a pedagogy in that sense. I bought many books. I bought many books because to do research as a PhD young students, I need to have a lot of material. That's why I bought over 300 in my bookshelf, and I can't find any. Even the aerobics, I love it, but then when I look at it, wow. This is so difficult and there's no pedagogy. And then right now I'm teaching raw school syllabus because in Malaysia, everyone is taking raw school exam. At one time I need to send my student for Lindsay's, the London exam. I look at Lindsay's, the songs, grade 1. Sometimes the song is too difficult. Even the grade 1 itself is so, from flat, it go to the, I don't think my beginner, they can do that, you see. Even raw school. You look at the rock school debut, they play with the chord. But then when it comes to grade 1, suddenly you found chord like, air suspension 4. Wow. Can you imagine? I learned ukulele for the past 12 years. I don't know what is air suspension 4 chord and that chord, I totally got lost, and some more on the track and then you have to follow the rhythm and then suddenly sometimes you got chord and suddenly with the strum. So then the rock school is not also a pedagogy. It's just a exam syllabus that it's more on commercials, but then I would like to praise Lindsay and also this rock school because I think they did a good job to promote the ukulele, to get the student to learn the rhythm in that sense, you're on the track, you follow the rhythm, and they actually build the rhythm accuracy as well. Yeah, it's just that they don't have what I say that is not a pedagogy that from like Anne said, in Okinawa, you go to a certain level, and so if grade 1, grade 2, or some students can jump to grade 5, for those mature students. They just buy the book and just practice and follow the track. They can go for exam. Oh, I am qualified, I'm a grade 5 student, things like that. Do you know understand what I mean, Anne? I'm sharing.
Yeah, I do. So I want to show you something. I don't remember if I showed it in this group before, but this is something that is from my new book. So can I share this? This is called Dance on Open Strings. My husband, Robert Bekkers, actually wrote the theme, which is here, right? It's all open strings, and we called it Easy Peasy Duet, and there's a video of it. if you just look at this for complete beginners, it's like, what are all these zeros, you know? So what I do is I do a different, let's see, if I change the layout, okay, if I change the layout, suddenly it become really clear how to play it. And this is how I analyze it for them. You know, I say, well, you know, let's analyze this. Forget the chords. Let's just look at and analyze what is similar. And I go around the room and what is different. And somebody might say, oh, this first measure and the fifth measure look the same. The second one, and then somebody else said, yeah, but it also looks the same here, looks the same here. And before long, they will say, you know what? The first three measures are the same for every single line. I go, good. And then that means you know 75% of the music. You just have to learn the first three measures. You know 75% of the music. And just the last one's different. So then I say, well, let's think about playing it. How would you remember this? They go, well, the first measure is just inside two strings, da, 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 right? And the second measure is the outside strings. Oh, that's cool. So I say, you've got 50% of it memorized. Yeah. And then the third measure is a combination of outside and you end up inside. Okay. So can you remember that? Right. Yeah. And then it's like, well, how do we memorize the last one? What is the last one? Well, this is the G string. And then the ending looks like the beginning, but this is the open C string. So you think, oh yeah, the beginning and the end kind of look the same. We just have to remember which strings. And then the middle two last measures, they look the same. So this is just really all about pattern recognition. They look the same. Oh, it's just the last note that's different, but these two are the same, you know? And so then they could study this. And I say, well, first play with just your thumb to get to know where the notes are on the right hand. And then I want you to just use the thumb and the index to play, play all those and just remember that. So I think within one session, they can learn this piece. And then I say, well, let's duet with everybody. I deliberately chose chords that are really easy, one finger chords, and, so they could duet. So that's basically, the piece. Yeah. Right. And we haven't gotten it published, but then I followed that with variations where, you just press one string. You keep the right hand the same, but you press one string. Like, for example, here, my left index finger, I press the first fret on the E string, right? And then the next variation, I press the A string first fret, and I get all kinds of different sounds and pieces from it. So I could really work this piece, lots of different combinations. Each time I press a different string, a different fret, and I get a whole piece. So
it's a F and then add 9, just one dot, right?
yeah, F add 9. Yeah.
F chord.
Oh, Bruce, you're here. Great. So now we cover 4 countries. We've got Iso in Frankfurt. We have Kelly in Kuala Lumpur. I'm in Boston. And Bruce, maybe you could unmute and just say hello and tell us where you are.
Hi. I'm not sure if I know Iso, but I know the rest of you have known you for several years now. Yeah, I'm in Venice, Italy. Though not so far, maybe 2 hours by air from Frankfurt if you have a direct flight, even less. So yeah, glad to see you. So you've been working on this piece then, Anne. It's funny, I didn't mention this. I was stung by a wasp as well just before I went to Ferrara about a week ago for the Buskers Festival. they had a, I don't know if you know this, it's been going on for 38 years, and I finally went. It's been there only 80 minutes away from Venice. And so, anyway, not very much fun, as you know, but yeah, I was wearing sandals, and it got me just on my middle toe, because I have big feet and my sandals were a bit too small, and so probably Issa knows this problem. Sticking out of the stand a little bit, I stepped on the wasp without realizing it, and so uh, anyway, I had to literally lift my foot up and take the wasp out. But it's what we call a yellow jacket in America, so I don't know whether it's really a wasp or a bee, but anyway, whatever it was.
Yeah, Bruce, I was just showing Dance on Open Strings to show how you break down a piece for complete beginners. And then I was going to lead into the wasp piece. So you got me there before I got a chance.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. But I wonder if we could maybe just do it right now.
Isn't that the score you were showing us as I came in or something?
Yeah, that's the one I was showing So what I'm going to do is, okay. Just if you have your ukuleles with you, can we just try it? Yeah. So I could just share that. So before what I just explained, so I'm just gonna, for those, for students who don't read music yet, the way I'm gonna teach them is just say, okay, let's go inside first, with your thumb and index finger. So I'm gonna just mute you all. Okay, so that's the first measure. Okay, the second measure we said is outside. So it's, all right, land on the G string. So let's do it again. That's the second measure. All right, so let's put the first and the second measure together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you got 50% of the song down, because this is the same for all 4 lines, right? Let's do it again. Ready, and outside. And then we said that the third measure is kind of outside and in. So what does that mean? So this is outside. Yeah, that's it. Outside and, was that that's the second measure. Yeah, that's the third measure. Just outside, as if it was the second measure. Yeah, we end on the E string. So it's outside, and then end on the E string, right? So those 3 measures, if you could play it, is 75% of the song. We just did it. Let's do that. Ready? Inside, and then outside. Wait, and then repeat that, and end on the E string. Okay, so that's it. Now, how do we remember the whole piece for the last measure, which is different for every single one of the 4 lines? What did I say? The first one was it's the G string. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I said this is very similar to the very last measure where we end on the C string, which is, oh my gosh, we only have 2 measures to learn. We've basically learned the whole song, right? We basically learned the whole song very quickly. And then, once you get your students to play this, you could accompany them. So let's take a look at, what it is. We just learned these 3 measures, right? And we learned the last measure of the first line, which is the open G string, and it ends on a C. We just have to figure out what happens in the middle. Well, in the middle, these two, it's just, and then the other one is, right? So we just have to remember to go to, these are very similar. So this is all pattern recognition. So, I don't know whether it's easier to have them look at it and make circles and say, oh, this looks the same. So I just have to remember I did this, then I could do that, or for you to teach it the way I just taught, which is look at me and just copy me and do this. Yeah. So that's the dance on open strings, and then it goes to variations. So if we were to vary it by putting, one finger down, say on the E string, first fret, then it becomes a different song. Or if you press another string, it becomes another song, right? All these variations. So let me, I don't know, how did you feel about it? Did you feel like you just learned a new song? Did I go too fast?
May
Yeah.
I ask questions? So to me, when I look at the book, let's say I buy a book, I don't know N, okay? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just pick up this book and I saw it, okay? I would tell my student, which they are senior student, okay? They are all senior, they are like 70, come to me. Okay, let's start. But before I show this book to them, I will teach them, okay, today I'm going to teach you finger picking, okay? This book authored by Dr. N, okay? Before you look at the book, we have two kind of techniques to learn, When you play your finger, first place your baby finger here so that you stabilize, okay? You cannot do like this, plucking. Here, stabilize. Then, we will do one finger and we go I call it, you got two types of stroke, free stroke and rest stroke. Free is like this. But the rest, you pluck and you rest on the next string. G, and then you rest this string. So can you hear the tone? The free stroke, the tone is like very dispersed, but the rest stroke. So let's practice together, rest stroke. Then we practice. Teacher, the last line don't have, then you pretend there's a string, you stop. So when they are very good already, okay, let's open Dr. N's book. Then you ding dong. Okay, now you need 2 fingers, right? So we have to teach them 2 finger technique. Then this is coming. Do you teach that or not? I mean, for the beginners, the rest stroke and the free stroke. Because
yes, I do that. I talk about rest stroke, free stroke. Yeah, but this one was just about learning to read. Learning to read notes. So, yeah, go ahead.
I think I would like your book because I see that is a pedagogy things that because you are thinking, very easy to remember, I would love that because first inside, outside, they can remember already, outside, and then inside. That's first on that pedagogy. The second thing I saw is a rhythm. I saw you have a chord, and then you have a meaning. This is very good, for beginner. You teach them, they have a 1 apple and meaning is a 2 apples, you explain. I think I will love that. This is what I mean. I love books that carry that kind of index, how should it, the far-sighted, you see that, and the variation is very interesting. And you have a lot of new songs in one page. Yeah?
Yes. Yes. So let me show you what happened after this was written, the open string one, not the variations. We set out and recorded this. This is back in 2017. We did a advanced version, extended version with advanced chords. So I want to share this so you could see that. But if you look at it, you think, oh my gosh, that's too hard, not for beginners, and you just dismiss it, right? So I'll just share that with you. So that was the oh, what did I just do? So that was the advanced version. Yeah. For the extension is just more of the same, you know, keeps going on. But with, so you can harmonize with all sorts of chords. But I do want to share this. What I wanted to share today was, as Bruce was mentioning, being stung by a wasp. I think there's a wasp's nest outside, because yesterday, 2 days ago, I got stung again the second time, and that was pretty scary. So as a result, I don't have a title for this yet. I had the Flight of the Bumblebee in my head, and I just wanted to get rid of it. So I wrote my own reduced version, you know, a takeoff. That's why it's called Plight. Plight of the Nasty Sting, or Plight of the Waspy Sting, Plight of the Wasp Sting, Plight of the Wasp's Sting. I don't know which one. And it just so happens that in a couple of weeks, Wednesday, the 24th of September, is World Wasp Day. So I want to, you know, get people to learn this piece. I've also invited Tony Milan, the author of Anthropoda, a collection of his compositions for insects, and one of them is wasp. And Giovanni Albini had performed and recorded it. So if you look at this, you'll think, oh my gosh, this is a lot of notes. This is hard. This is like, how am I going to learn it, right? So as a teacher, I would, you know, where do you start, right? But if you look at this, you'll realize that actually this is all chromatic. You know, this is all chromatic. And then there's a lot of left-hand techniques like hammering, slide. What else do I have? I have bend, you know, bending here. So. And then I have pull-offs. Yeah, so this is another left-hand technique, which I would say is more advanced. This is not for complete beginners. And then I do label the fingers to use. And I could bend all of these to make it sound kind of like a wasp. You know. So I think for somebody who's already been playing, this might be fun and interesting and kind of lead up to Halloween, where you have all these like scary moments, right? And then here is you slide. So we just go. So I slide these two because I ended up with the ring finger on the 3rd fret. So I slide that. And then I use my middle finger for this one. And then here I do a hammer on. Yeah, so I make use of all 4 left-hand techniques. So then here is no longer chromatic, it's minor. So these are all chromatic, yeah. This you know, Tony Milan did a recording of this, and I love his interpretation. And I showed that in 3-Chord Thursday on our Zoom session two days ago. But the ending, for me, I'm trying to introduce musicality, musical expression. So I marked all the dynamics. So here, I like them to use the right-hand thumb and index finger to be really soft and increase in volume. And repeat. And then the very last one is where you slide from the 2nd fret to the 14th fret. Your thumb is already there, so you just go, you know, and this is fun to do. So I had them do that. Just pluck it and slide up. So these are the kind of techniques that I'm part of a guitar orchestra here in Boston. And through the classical guitar orchestra, I learned that there's so much more you could do with the ukulele that we don't. Like, for example, the Bartok pizzicato, which is you just pull a string out and snap it like that. That's a Bartok Pitz. And we don't do that, you know? Why don't we do all these fun things? Why do we just strum and just finger pick with our thumb, right? And again, you know, so after I wrote this Plight of the Waspy Sting or Nasty Sting, I suddenly realized, oh my gosh, I need to break it down because there's so much stuff in here. So guess what? The very next morning, you know, barely a week after I got stung, I wrote my Chromatic Scale Studies. Okay, so this is based on, you know, every segment of the piece. Like, you know, section A could be a whole book. A whole page. This whole 2 pages can be a whole book of 13 exercises. This is just on this descending and ascending chromatic scale. And this is on another string. And how do you do a pull off? So you do a bend for the whole note. You pull off for the open string whole notes. And then this is fun to do. You know, section D, how do you hammer? Well, this is just... You just keep repeating that, and then you add it all together with this bit. You know, for me, it's fun anyway. And then here you do, sorry, it's not pull off. These are hammer ons, and these are pull offs. So. And then you combine, you've got hammer and slide, and then you have slide. Slide is just, and then choose different fingers to slide with. Slide with my third finger, then my second finger, and then slide and hammer on. So there's a lot in here. And then you do bends. So, you know, you slide and bend to put it together. So each of these is basically a page. Each section is a page. And this is fun to do. This is just hammer on the chromatic scale. So it's here is, yeah, and then oh, this is hard to, I have to use the little pinky. Oh, sorry. I haven't even worked this out. Maybe some of this has to be slide to make it worthwhile. Yeah, so sorry, these are 4 pages. And only the very last one, I show the entire chromatic scale. And to do the right hand, because the rest of them, I basically just use the thumb, the right thumb, and just focus on the left hand. This one, I actually want to walk with my right 2 fingers, index and middle finger. Sorry. Oh, I have to edit this. This should be middle. So it's, yeah. Yeah, I have to correct that. Anyway, so that's the that's the heartache of writing a piece and wanting people to play it. Then you end up writing more pieces to get them there. Oh, I see Lan's here from Mexico. Welcome, Lan. We're actually ending our session now. It's an hour. Any thoughts before we say goodbye? Wait, you're muted, Kelly. Sorry.
So fast.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know more about ISO's book, you know.
ISO, right.
So, you know, ISO. Yeah, I said ISO. I'm so interested to find out more about ISO's book, you know.
Yeah, well, maybe we could entice him to come down to Italy. So Bruce, basically, I'm going to end unless we hear from Lan, who's getting his video, I'm looking forward to meeting Kelly in person finally, and Iso in Frankfurt. Hi, oh, is this one of your students, or this is Iso? Hi, no, your son. Okay. Hey, hello,
It's okay.
hello,
Hi.
V Gates. I have to practice my German. No, I have to practice my Italian first.
ISO is Italian or is it German?
Iso is German, yeah, but
ISO
we're
is
going
German. But he's now staying in
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Okay. And I'm interested to find out more about ISO, about your, just now you pull out very good questions. It said that you are the publisher, you write your own book, and then now you say you don't know where to publish the book, where to sell your book. I'm sure your book has a lot of things that, that all of us can learn from you, because you have been playing so many years. You are a vocalist, you're also a bass, guitarist. So I think you put a very good question. Maybe the next session or the future session, maybe Dr. N can organize how can we publish, like, and I'm sure you're selling a lot through the Amazon.
No, Kelly, no, the shortness, the short thing, Iso, tell me if I'm wrong, is that if you have a choice, you have limited time, right? Do you spend your time promoting your books? Or even worse, do you spend your time publishing your books to make it available? Or do you spend your time composing, writing your music? Or do you spend your time teaching where you actually get paid, right? Right, if you had a choice, right? So for me, this year, I stopped teaching group classes that I organize in Zoom. I just stopped so that I could compose. And then I had to stop composing so that I could publish. But then, of course, when the Wasp Sting happened, I went back to composing. So I'm back to square one. Nothing's published or available.
How to find an agent to do for you, like ISO? Can you find an agent to sell your book, or when there's any festival, that so and so organize a festival, you contact the organizer, hey, I would like to, market my books, things like that. You think it's wasting time?
But it's always you have to do all of it. It's composing, it's teaching, it's playing to get your own musician better, your own music better, to develop as a musician. And it's all, of course, marketing, and you have to do it all somehow. Well, I didn't manage to clone myself yet, but I...
Clone yourself? I like that word.
But I do have to say, the good news is that, hopefully your students will be the first buyers of your books, right? You tell them you need it for this workshop, or you just say you need this one. Just take it, I publish this, and they will hopefully support you. And hopefully your students can be your marketing troupe to spread the word out there. But still, if you want to think about it another way, the way I think about it is, darn, nobody else gets to benefit other than your students. Isn't that sad, right? That's the way I'm thinking, So I'm so glad today to learn about Iso's work, his published work, your teaching, your expertise, and Kelly's ever thirsty quest to find, whatever you're looking for, even though you have over 300 books in your collection. Yeah, and then Bruce and I have co-taught voice over ukulele, because Bruce is a vocalist and I'm an instrumentalist. And the very last course we co-taught was Italian voice over ukulele, to learn Italian through music, because he specializes in learning English through song. And we're gonna be at Alessandria at the conference. Yes.
Yeah, and you'll be coming to Venice for a couple of days too, and so of course I'm expecting you to speak perfect Italian.
Yeah.
Coming to
Bellissimo.
Italy for the conference? Is he?
Bruce is going to the conference. Yeah, Bruce will be going to
So
the
I can get
conference.
to meet Anne
And Bruce. Yeah.
Please bring the book I buy from you. Let me know earlier. I bring enough money to buy your books.
Okay.
I have to order amazing.com. I
I
just
don't
don't
have
know
any
how to
books.
order.
Oh,
I just
my
have
my
my
books. Okay.
Please.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's Anne's books. Yeah, I'm not a publisher.
You could get the PDF versions. It's easier, yeah, than the print version. So we could correspond over that. So Lan, we're ending our meeting now, but it's really good to see you. Do you want to say hello for a little bit?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry for missing this. I thought I was going to be in great time. Mexico is now a civilized country and does not do any daylight savings time. So the offset from your starting time messed me up. I was thinking I was a few minutes early, but I'm actually tail end. I'm sorry to have missed it. I'm very happy to see all these familiar faces again, and then look forward to us doing it again. Maybe, please. I would.
Well, we might be able to from the conference when we're all there. How about that? Maybe,
Oh,
yeah,
that would be wonderful. And I
yeah.
would love to. I would love to join you all from there.
No, I mean,
I
I don't think
unfortunately
that.
will not be going.
Right. But I don't mean that the conference itself would be
Yeah.
online. But what I mean is, since we're going to be meeting in Italy, we might
No,
be
I
able
know.
to.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good.
I took your message.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be wonderful. I can't attend. I would love to. Uh, in practice mein Deutsch. See how much I remember. I also would love to come to Indonesia, and love to come to the UK. So, who knows? The future is open. But I would like for us to get together again sometime. I appreciate it very much. Life is going on with me. Like any old instrument, I'm getting a bit of tuning and polishing, getting a couple of parts replaced from time to time. So, but life is going on. We're restarting our weekly jam after a bit of a hiatus and a couple of deaths and a couple of other rocks in the road. But life goes on. I'm happy to see all your smiling faces.
All right. And on that note, I'm just going to stop.